going on there, guys? We back with another one. We got to talk about Gillie and Wallo. Now, guys, we all know Dave Portnoy had something to say about Angel Reese last night, and he's the Barstool president, you know what I'm saying? And we know that $1 million worth of game, a lot of people didn't know what the affiliation was, or did Barstool own $1 million worth of game? Was it a partnership? Now, I've always thought it was a partnership, but whenever they would go do their collaborations with Deion Sanders at Jackson State and everything, it would say, like, you know, they have all their Barstool stuff on and it'd be on Barstool's platform. So everybody just assumed Barstool was over them. So when Dave Portnoy said, you know, she was classless last night, everybody was like, where's Gillie and Wallo? Because they known for their outspoken commentary and speaking up on several issues as it pertains to the African American community, you know what I'm saying? You know, but they known to speak their mind pretty much. They finally had something to say about it, man. This is what they had to say.
Shout out to Angel Reese, y'all did a great thing. Y'all did y'all thing. Congratulations for being the champions. And I'm gonna say this: we don't stand with nothing that Dave Portnoy said in any type, shape, forms, or fashion. We're not in agreement with that. We're not in alignment with that in any way. And number two, $1 million worth of game, LLC, is owned by two people, Wallace Peoples and Fernard Rasir. We do not work for Barstool. We have a partnership. We have a licensing deal. 100% ownership is by us. We don't have no bosses. I only got one boss, and that's God. And my wife, whenever that happens, whenever I get married. But other than that, that's how we rocking.
You be your boss?
Yeah, you know how that shit. That's how that shit go, cuz. That's how it go. You know, people like Tootie got the control of the money. Well, shut up. Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is, shout out to Angel Reese. You did a great job, young sister. And we not just gonna stand for that. Like Dave, like for her to be a classless piece of shit because of basketball, you're wrong about that shit.
And we love you, Dave.
We fuck with you, Dave.
But we fuck with you the long way.
You're totally out of pocket for that. You're wrong for that. For a human being to be a classless piece of shit for sports where it's nothing but trash talking and talk, we're not doing that. We're not gonna do that shit. And we're not gonna let you do that to ours. We can't go for that shit. We're not gonna be having that. But shout out to Angela Reese, you did your thing. Shout out to everybody that was involved, all you women played the ball and had a hell of a time. But we need to be talking about something different.
Shout out to Iowa too. They came up and played hard.
Yeah, they played hard. But shout out to the whole LSU. Y'all did a great job. Congratulations, Queens, on your championship. And it's just like that.
Right.
Okay, guys. So, you know, you have $1 million worth of game. They both came out and said that they do not agree with anything that he said last night, you know, calling her that, her name was out of bounds and everything. Now, Gillie came out and said, we still mess with you the long way, and Wallo agreed. So, you know, they're making it clear they don't agree with last night, but still preserving that relationship. I don't know a lot about Dave Portnoy. I know a lot of times he tweets shock value type things, you know what I'm saying? Like, Barstool, some people don't take Barstool serious just based off of the way that they tweet, and it's unconventional. Maybe that's their lane. I don't really read their stuff, but I have seen his stuff come across my timeline, and seems like he says a lot of things for shock value. Now, what I will have to say to that, though, is while they were distancing themselves from what he said last night, they still made it known that we'll definitely be moving forward with Barstool, doing whatever we're doing. And so the next time someone in the African American community messes up like that, I just want to see if they put that, you know, they put that sandwich statement on it, say something positive, negative, positive like that, just to make sure that, you know, you still my boy, but, you know, this, and this. Because I've seen them go at certain people a certain kind of way without extending that olive branch. You know what I'm saying? That look like them. But you know, if they're truly independent, you know what I'm saying? It's no harm in it. I don't know their personal relationship with Dave Portnoy, so I can't sit here and say that they should just dissolve the whole thing. You know, I don't know what all they got tied up in that. But if he's saying these type of things, you know, and he don't know her personally, and he just takes a side that way, I would watch him, because some things you can learn about the character of a person and you can watch out for it later. before it impacts you, whether it's a business meeting or whatever. Just watch how brash and how quick he is to say, something very offensive when something doesn't go his way or if it's something he don't like. So I want to ask y'all, do y'all feel like Gillie and Wallo should have said that we still mess with you in that? Or do you think they should have just said, we not fooling with that statement and that's it, and don't try to make it pretty in no way, shape, or form in that part they issued, in that video they issued. And you could tell by Wallo's response that they've been reading comments, they've been getting DMs and stuff about it, because he was strong about, nobody owns us. I don't have no boss but God. He that part about it, that's not necessarily what people asked for. They just wanted to know if y'all were just going to be silent on this and pick and choose your battles. So the way that he answered that showed that he was on the defensive based off some of the DMs and stuff he's been getting throughout the day, in my opinion. But like I said, I can't say they should have dissolved everything. I don't know everything that's tied up in it, what was contractually binding right now, and maybe they're doing good business over there. Maybe the business is good, but I do appreciate the fact that they have distanced themselves away from that, because you can't be tied into that and just, silence would reflect that you're okay with his views on that topic. And I felt like it was important for them to come out and say, no, that's not us. That's not $1 million worth of game. That's his own independent thought process. But if you have too many of those, you have to consider some other course of action. You can't just be associated with someone talking crazy like that, especially if you're independent. Because I know so many corporations would love to partner with $1 million worth of game. You could take that podcast pretty much anywhere. It's one of the fastest rising podcasts out there. So I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments, though. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.